The farm has been in the family for 134 years. This has been my home. It's the only thing I've known.
It's been an interesting life. It's been a fun life, and we've watched both of our children grow up here.
Growing up on a dairy farm was great. You've got all the opportunities to have fun in the wide open spaces and enjoy working with the crops and the cattle, and it was a good way of growing up. I really enjoyed it.
It's a great way of life for your children. As DJ talked about growing up, I'm really fortunate. I feel like it's a good opportunity for our daughter, Anna Lauren, to be part of this whole process. She enjoys showing cattle and has learned responsibility and works closely with the farm.
I love working with animals and just having the experience of being around animals.
I believe that the family farm is important in this country, no matter if it's 50 cows or 5,000 cows. A lot of the family farms consume their own products and they realize the importance of having a good, healthy product. And it seems to be a common goal to do the very best you can in taking care of the animals as far as producing a good product for the consumer in the end.
I am proud that our family and all of us here at this farm at Walkup can be involved in producing nutritious milk for the society.
Well, we're on our farm here in Virginia in Augusta County. We have been here since 1954. We moved here, my dad did. And since then, I've had my two sons, and daughter and son-in-law, they're here. I've got grandchildren, so it's a fourth generation here that's on this farm right now.
We really feel blessed that all of our family is a part of this farm. They could have chosen different routes.
Well, it's a wonderful place to grow up and have a family, and we can all work together and play together.
I know there's a lot of families, they go to work and you don't see them till that night, whereas with the farm here, we see each other all day long.
It's a wonderful place to grow up and live, and I know we take it for granted, talking to other people from down south and on the coast, and it's a beautiful place.
Family is what keeps this thing going. It looks like I'm doing a lot, but it's really the family that's doing everything.
They were feeding calves. They had very, very young responsibilities.
This is what they seem to enjoy doing, and it gets so much satisfaction out of watching things, the animals and the crops that grow.
That sense of accomplishment is one of the things I like, especially on the farm, that you're able to see the results of your work.
Family means everything to me because we've all been here, and this is where we've always been, and we enjoy being together. It's a wonderful life in that respect, and being out here in nature and watching things grow, and just days like today, that's a beautiful day, you just feel very fortunate.
My journey into dairying and into my career choice began back when I was a child growing up on the farm in Maryland. I love being a dairy farmer because it's an adventure to be a dairy farmer. It's a new beginning every day. A lot of people drive by my dairy farm and they recognize it as being a dairy, but they didn't really recognize it as a product until I built the dairy and ice cream store. And when we built that, people associated the ice cream and the milk to this dairy farm.
It's a huge responsibility that we have being farmers. We take pride in it, and we're proud to be able to do it.
Every day we have the opportunity to provide a wholesome product that's vitamin rich and nutrient full. And we are very fortunate to be able to raise our families in such a wonderful environment.
I was born and raised on a dairy farm in western Rockingham County here in the Shenandoah Valley. Well, the barn here is a we-cover barn. It's a loose housing compost barn. The large fans that are in the barn are 24 feet in diameter. They'll move about 260,000 cubic feet of air a minute with each fan. So it's blowing the heat and humidity off the cows and keeping the cows very comfortable in the heat of the summer. When we built the barn and first put the cows in it, we saw the milk increase 3 to 4 pounds a cow a day by being in the loose housing compost barn rather than the old freestall barn. Anytime you have a comfortable cow, you always have a clean, wholesome environment. And the better the environment is for the cow, the better the quality of the milk that will have a longer shelf life. Cow comfort is definitely a top priority. The more comfortable we can keep the cows, the better we can treat the cows, the better they will treat us as far as milk production, putting more milk in the tank.
We are at the top of the Shenandoah Valley in Winchester, Virginia. My grandparents started the farm in 1906. My dad started the dairy in 1948. I came back to the farm in 1977 to help my dad and my mom to run the farm, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. Shannon is my youngest daughter. Jackie is my oldest daughter. They have such wonderful work ethics. Shannon is my right-hand person here. She helps with the milking. If I need something, at the drop of a hat, she's here. It's so wonderful to have daughters that have that sense of responsibility, sense of country, sense of love for the farm, and I know they will always be here to carry it on.
I think the next generation has to look to be more efficient, be careful, be conservative, but be aggressive too.
To be a third generation dairy farm means a lot. It means that I'm able to keep on the traditions set forth by my parents and my grandfather.
After I graduated high school, I attended Virginia Tech. I studied dairy science. Upon graduation, I returned home to the farm and was full-time, have been full-time ever since.
Family farms are very important to society in general. It helps allow the consumer to know where the food came from and that it was produced properly and taken care of and able to take it to their dinner plate in a healthy manner.
I'm confident the consumer is getting a good product when it leaves here. All dairy farmers, that is their goal.
Family farms are important to America because it's what America was started on. Agriculture feeds the world.
Growing up on a dairy farm, I think you learn to work really hard and don't take anything for granted.
There's a lot of work to do on a dairy farm. You have to be committed. I just love working with my cows and just seeing my herd increase. I just love doing the dairy farm.
Just because I think my family has worked so hard their whole lives to give us this farm and this land, they're giving us something to do with our lives.
Every day I can get up in the morning and have a smile on my face, whether it's raining or whether the sun's shining. I love what I do. There's hard times and there's really good times. And it's always something different and it's an honest way of living. It's a feel-good feeling knowing that I'm putting food on somebody else's table and that I'm doing a good job doing it. I'm Ben Smith, a fifth-generation dairy farmer from the state of Virginia.
I am Ken Smith, fourth-generation dairy farmer from the state of Virginia, and I'm dedicated to dairy.
I'm Dan Holsinger, and I'm a second-generation dairy farmer from Virginia. I'm dedicated to dairy.
I'm Gerald Heatwell, a third-generation dairy farmer from Virginia, and I'm dedicated to dairy.
I'm Kitty Hockman-Nicholas from Hedgebrook Farm in Winchester, Virginia, and I'm dedicated to dairy.
I'm Forrest Knuckles, a dairy farmer from Virginia, and I'm dedicated to dairy.
I'm Dan Myers, a fifth-generation dairy farmer from Virginia. I am dedicated to dairy, my cows, my milk, and my land.